How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, you can already see by the title, this one of them popcorn videos. Oh, this real juicy. Real juicy. I got up out of my bed. When this popped up, I was like, oh, I got to report this immediately to the royal family. So I had to, let me see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had to read 5 different articles to get the full picture of this drama that's going on with this criminal. So we already know this is Ilhan Omar, and this white woman here is Danielle Stella, and she a straight ass criminal. And I want to show y'all how the media, these media outlets, which is not surprising to any of us, how they try to mislead us or play wordplay. So while I was doing my research, every single title made it look like Ilhan is a criminal. Check this out. Omar's GOP challenger was arrested for allegedly shoplifting at a Target. So if somebody wasn't really paying attention, because you don't see her name on this particular website, you can be tricked, because you may not even know anybody is challenging or running. Who is the person? And I mean, naturally you can look in the article, but why her name ain't up in that title? See, they plan, and they all together in cahoots. So as we continue on, I have bits and pieces of articles to read to give a full picture. I have one video to play, and so let's see what's going on. So, another misleading title. Look at that. So, okay, so anyway, let me see what I got here. Republican challenger to freshman Democratic Rep Ilhan Omar was arrested on suspicion of shoplifting more than $2,000 in goods from a suburban Target earlier this year. Check that out. So as I continue on, they said here, but Stella has faced criminal charges of her. Okay. Oh, let me go back. So what she's basically trying to say is Omar, she's a criminal also. And boy, I got so much to say. I'm trying to contain it. I had to say it at the last part. But that's how she's coming at her, like, no, you do illegal things. Well, I ain't never heard of Omar getting arrested. You know, I didn't see her record pop up anywhere, but I found out a lot of shit on your thieving ass. So, but Stella has faced criminal charges of her own. In January, she was arrested on felony shoplifting charges after she allegedly stole 279 items. You hear that? 279 items. And technically it was valued at $2,327.97. And they said, according to a criminal complaint, Stella scammed only $50 worth of items at a self-checkout before leaving the store. She told, you done already heard this, the last video I put up. They always got a fucking excuse. She told officers she remembered arriving at Target to purchase items, but nothing else due to her PTSD, the complaint said. Now that other woman that was in there acting a fool in the bar, call those sisters a nigga, she talking about she has high anxiety. Well, why would you put yourself in that situation? Nobody know who the fuck you is and what your fucking issues is and stuff. They always got an excuse. And when I was reading different people's comments, they was like, well, you know, people can forget, and this is really a bizarre, I told you that's the word that they use, a bizarre story. There ain't nothing bizarre about people shoplifting. I have seen many of the enemy shoplift. So as I continue on, just over 3 months later, Stella was arrested again. Now, all of this is this year. On April 28th, security staff at Club Grocery in Bloomington called police after witnessing Stella steal $40 worth of cat food and supplies at a self-checkout, according to the police report. Stella told an officer she forgot to pay for the food. Bitch, really? You a fucking thief. You a straight ass thief. And I got some more shit on y'all, on you. I got some more shit on you. Oh yes, trust and believe. I'm gonna drag you. I'm gonna be very slow and methodical. So my royal family, I'm gonna play this video. It's a little over 5 minutes. And some of this overlap, but it's still good to listen to these things. You'll get more information. Okay, let's get it going. All right, let me freshen it.
Yesterday, news broke that Danielle Stella, the pro-Trump QAnon Republican who is trying to unseat Democratic Representative Ilhan Omar in Minnesota in 2020, that she had been arrested multiple times, one of those being for felony larceny. Basically, she went into a Target store there in Minnesota, stole more than $2,300 worth of goods, totaling 279 different items, and only scanned about $50 worth of them and then walked out. I mean, 279 items in this woman's cart at a Target. I'm assuming she goes to the self-checkout, scans a few of them so it looks like she's checking out, pays for those couple of items totaling about $50, then walks out with more than $2,300 worth of items, which, because it was more than $2,300, that becomes a felony instead of a misdemeanor. And then, so obviously she had to go to court for that, but she just decided, you know what, I'm not going to show up to court. So she was found to be in contempt of court. A warrant was issued for her arrest, but it's a small warrant, so the cops did not pursue it, per se. Until, that was on April 4th, and then on April 28th, Danielle Stella walks into a grocery store, and again, steals, allegedly, more than $40 worth of stuff for her cat, including tick spray and a bunch of cat food. And at that point, when she was arrested for that, they realized she had the outstanding warrant for contempt of court for not showing up for her felony larceny charges, and things just got so much worse for Danielle Stella. What's interesting is that it was after these arrests. Oh, and by the way, a few years ago, she was also arrested for driving under the influence. But she pleaded that down to a misdemeanor. So this woman clearly has a pattern of behavior, right? But anyway, all of these arrests actually happened before her campaign took off. So she had already been arrested, already been stealing, already had the driving under the influence arrest, and then decided, you know what, in spite of all these things that have happened to me, some within just the last couple months, I'm going to run for Congress. And I'm going to get amplified by right-wing media because they've absolutely done that. She has helped push QAnon conspiracy theories, such as Donald Trump is fighting a global cabal of pedophiles. It's something that she believes. She also happens to be a special education teacher, and she claims that about 10 years ago she was the victim of a violent assault. And the reason I bring up the assault is because she claims that she has PTSD from that, so she's not comfortable being out in public around other people. And so usually, she said, she goes to Target or goes shopping with another person that can help her. But that's why she forgot to pay for all of these items. Not because she's a thief or because she's a kleptomaniac, but because she has PTSD and she just doesn't like other people, right? PTSD is very real. Social anxiety is very real. Was this attack very real? We don't know yet. I'm waiting for the evidence to come out that can corroborate her story here, so we can't say if that's real or faked. But what we can say is that this woman has exhibited a pattern of behavior. And she is going to face a judge, possibly even a jury, for her behavior. And that is exactly what the prosecutors are going to establish here. She is looking at up to 5 years in prison for this felony larceny charge. And yet Fox News, she's been on Fox News, on Fox Nation. She's amplified by right-wing media. She's out there pushing these QAnon conspiracy theories. She is a hardcore Donald Trump supporter. And she thinks that all of this together is going to help her unseat Ilhan Omar, who has actually seen her approval in her home state of Minnesota improve since Donald Trump's attacks on her. Yeah, this story isn't going to end well for Danielle Stella, and it's probably going to end long before her campaign even really gets off the ground, because I would imagine it's probably hard to run a congressional campaign from behind bars. Thanks for watching.
All right, my royal family, as we continue on. So, why are you looking like that? You call yourself being straight ass gangster. Now you want to look fucked up, teary-eyed. You evil to the fucking core. I ain't buying that shit. That ain't working over here. The royal family get abused every motherfucking millisecond. I'm traumatized. I can feel the pain and the tyranny that my ancestors went through. And I don't use no excuse. I don't go in stores and steal. I told y'all, my royal family, don't forget what I told y'all last summer. Anybody that's new to the True Royal family, I get visions. And last summer, y'all told me that the white woman would be the first to get his wrath. And that does not exclude the white man, because he upheld her shit. We in the age of exposure. Ain't it sweet, my royal family? Ain't it juicy? Oh yeah, it's real juicy. So she butt hurt and she up in her feelings. So as we continue on here, this is The Guardian. She's very angry with this person here that wrote this article. So I just want to read something that she said. So last month, Stella officially registered with the Federal Election Commission as a candidate for the Republican nomination in Minnesota 5th Congressional District. She later spoke at the Demand Free Speech rally in Washington. She has accused Omar of being a criminal for advising immigrants how to avoid agents from the U.S. Immigrations and Custom Enforcement. She said in a tweet that any representative who failed to uphold the rule of law should be ejected from office. So that applies to you too. Court records said that in 2009, Stella pleaded guilty to driving while, and y'all did hear it, while impaired from alcohol and fleeing a police officer. Latter later charge was prosecuted as a felony, but later classified as a gross misdemeanor as part of Stella's plea. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? The police got to chase you down. So you done committed 2 crimes: driving drunk, could have got somebody killed out there, and then you can't deal with reality, but you want to make the royal family deal with reality, and then you take off. But you would judge us if we did that. See, the police ain't gonna beat your ass. I know why my folks take off. Because we can feel that demonic energy to come off them cops. And they got us on a dark street someplace. We're gonna take our chances and take off. So as we continue on, let me see what I have here. Oh yeah, in Raw's story, this is another lie she told. Just this week, Stella called Minneapolis the crime capital of our country, though she didn't cite herself as an example. According to Criminal Ranks, Minneapolis isn't the top. In fact, it's not even in the top 10, using a variety of crime statistics. Describing Minneapolis during the interview as America's crime capital, Stella falsely claimed that crime in the city has risen by 80% over the past year. The Guardian reported, according to Minneapolis police data, there has been a 10.7% uptick in serious crimes year on year, following a 16.5% decline in 2018. You see, these folks don't read. Okay, let me read this other part. She says here, I'm not guilty of these crimes in this country. I am innocent until proven guilty, and that is the law, she said in a series of texts, messages to the Guardian. If I was guilty of crimes, I would never run for public office, putting myself in the public eye under a microscope to be attacked by all political sides. Okay, the reason why you out there running, because you're nothing more than a reflection of your leadership. And it shows you how broke down this system is. They got all kind of motherfuckers running that don't have no skills, probably got a piece of education, or if they did get a degree, their parents, we already know what they do. They'll pay that college off to get their dumb kid through college. So you just never know what their situation, because they always trying to rig shit in their favor. They petty like that. Yeah, they petty. They real petty. They do petty shit. But want to hold our feet to the fire. So I'm gonna read a couple of these some tweets that she put out, because she's very, very angry with this particular reporter from the Guardian. Absolutely horrendous reporting by the fraud Joan Swan at the Guardian. What you wrote was garbage, unethical, outright lies. You repeatedly called, text with threats about posting a smear article, which you then proceed to do. You are an enemy of the people. I guess Fox News, you could say fake news or whatever you want to say. It is interesting that you felt it was appropriate to threaten me with your smears, yet refuse to talk to my staffers. John, you repeatedly called all day long. Even when I said I was at work, you have destroyed your own credibility in an attempt to destroy mine. No, you blew him off. You was being very arrogant and acting very entitled. You blew him off. And he had, because they can, these reporters, even an everyday citizen, you heard of the Information Freedom Act? You can go get them records. You can get a police record and everything. And I'm pretty sure the reporter had it. And he wanted to talk to her. And she told us, the people that work under her, fuck them. Fuck him. Now you butthurt. And then you want to talk about destroy your own credibility and attempt to destroy mine? So your folks would lie on you when they arrest you and put shit on paper? Your folks, y'all know how y'all look out for each other. And then you didn't even go to court. So they had a warrant out for your ass. But again, you want to hold the royal family's feet to the fire. Dusty bitch. All the death threats I'm getting and hate messages are on you, Joan. If anything happens to me, it is on you. Our president was right about the press being an enemy of the people. I wonder if he has met you. I know I'm not the first you have launched lies about. It's taking the old Donald Trump antics. So Miss Omar has been having hell since she's been elected. And the energy, and I know a lot of us been feeling it, he wants that girl assassinated. You know that Omar, she is not for ADOS. And she getting nigger moment after nigger moment after nigger moment. And she's really seeing how these folks really get down. They don't give a damn if you are, you could be serving this country and be in the military. There's many a story that black men and women can tell. But see, some of these folks come over here with a sense of entitlement too and don't feel like they are part of the royal family. And then you get them nigger moments. And then you'll go to the very people that you feel like you're more superior than them. We know this system. We know how the enemy get down. And so she wants to take your position. And I wouldn't be surprised if she get it. They don't give a damn about her having a criminal record. Only thing that they care about is she continues to push their agenda. She continues to try to uphold white supremacy. They don't give a damn about that. Look at Trump. He a motherfucking criminal. So you all up in your feelings. And you take your dusty ass to the store and try to play that dumb game. And fill all that shit up in the basket and try to look crazy. See, you take a motherfucker like that and just and call the cops and lie on their ass, and they'll take them to the psychiatric hospital, have her ass in a straitjacket. You want to play that game? Ain't nothing wrong with her. But you want to, you claiming you got all this trauma. Your mental health is fucked up, but you want to run for office. But you can't stand being around crowds, and your anxiety level goes up. I had to report this story because your mama, I had to report on her. Oh yeah, Miss Goodman, Nancy Goodman. Yeah, that's her daughter. So my royal family, wasn't that a juicy ass video? Wasn't that sweet? Love exposing the enemy. Oh, I got another one for y'all later today. I got another politician that's conducting himself very greasy and don't want to deal with reality. And that's all this is. That's all it is. So them damn excuses that you have ain't working at all. So my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.